Hi Christy, are you ready to go on an adventure? Yes, we're in my room once again, and I have a lovely new light. Well, not really, it's my mom's light for art, but I figured it'd be really good for my videos because it seems like my lighting isn't very good when I do my videos. And usually it's because my inspiration comes at night, and that's when I really feel motivated to make them. So it's like, here I am in my messy hair, and that sticks out the larceny way that it does. And I'm all sweaty and nasty, and it's just like, should I really be putting this on the internet? Yes! Yes, I should. So anyway, ta-da! And I will find out exactly how good the lighting is. If it's not, well, sucks for me and for everyone who decides to watch this for whatever reason. Man, there's so many things I want to record. I have a huge notebook full of ideas, and as you can see, here's a list of them. Preview. And today I really wanted to talk about Harry Potter. Yes, it's something I talk about a lot, but I feel like it's something I feel like talking about. I have this specific thing written down, and I kind of made a mess of my room trying to find the notebook I wrote it down in. Here's an example of how many notebooks I have. Yes, so you get the idea. So anyway, I was thinking about last year when I went to go to the midnight release of The Cursed Child, that, you know, the play from London, something like that. Here's the book. Very lovely, right? It was one of those things where everyone wanted it, and once they start reading it, they're like, do you really want to read this? So this video is taking me forever to get to the point too, but I just wanted to give you an update on everything I've been doing. I want to talk about the sorting. So there are 4 houses, and I don't know, the whole series gets you thinking that each house is defined by specific traits, but I've decided that Harry Potter houses do not define you. Now, the internet will disagree with me because, you know, Gryffindor is associated with bravery, or Slytherin is for ambition and cunning, Ravenclaw is for intelligence, and Hufflepuff is for hard work and loyalty. And I noticed that while a lot of these characters in those houses portray these traits, they don't necessarily have them the whole time. So you are sorted, and I discovered that what really happens is that you are sorted into the house that you value the most. Or does that make sense? You know, the traits that you value. For instance, Hermione would have been in Ravenclaw had she decided that she agreed with the sorting hat. It's mostly because she has this thirst for knowledge, and as we see throughout the series, she's the top of the entire grade, but she isn't in Ravenclaw. She proves what she values most is bravery. In the first book, when she and Harry are in the trials leading up to the Sorcerer's Stone, at some point Harry compliments her for her intelligence and saying that it got them out of a whole lot of trouble. But she says that didn't really matter, and what really mattered was bravery and friendship, like Harry, like what Harry portrays in the universe.
Ron's right. I have to go on.
You'll be okay, Harry. You're a great wizard. You really are.
Not as good as you.
Me, books and cleverness. There are more important things.
Now, I had fallen into the trap of thinking that I was supposed to be whatever the house portrays. Before I took the quiz a while ago, I was really hoping to get Ravenclaw because I love to think that people would believe that I'm an intelligent person. My whole life I've always felt like I'm not really much of a knowledge kind of person. Like, I always felt like people don't think I'm very smart, and it doesn't help that I have this baby face. And so finally, when I was at college last year, my friend Sarah made me take a knockoff quiz, which wasn't on Pottermore because in the I'm not sure if you guys remember, the earliest version of Pottermore had you go through certain levels before you could take the actual quiz, and I wasn't really interested in all these levels because it felt like just rereading the books, so I wasn't really into it. So I never took the quiz. So I take this quiz and I was sorted into Gryffindor. Now, I became very loyal to this house, and it was kind of a surprise when I went to the Cursed Child, and for anyone who dressed up, we were allowed to pick from a sorting hat a magnet, and they each had a different house on it. And I ended up pulling out the Hufflepuff magnet. I was disappointed because in the books, Hufflepuffs are very looked down upon and seen as just a bunch of losers. And I didn't want this magnet. I was like, no, I'm a Gryffindor. Later, when I took the official quiz, Pottermore put me into Hufflepuff. And I didn't want to be defined the way I had thought. And then it hit me. None of the questions asked you whether you did this or if you did that. They didn't ask you, do you read all the time? They didn't ask you if you were a scumbag, basically. They didn't ask you if you did certain things. What it asked was what you value. I realized what Rowling was trying to tell us all along was that whatever house you go into is what you value the most. And she stressed this point very much in The Cursed Child, because you're not defined by your house. It's become a problem for everyone who is a Harry Potter fan to immediately put stereotypes on people once they tell you what house they're in. We judge them before we get to know them. Cedric Diggory, a Hufflepuff from the Hufflepuff house, showed just as much, maybe even more bravery than someone in Gryffindor. But what he valued more than anything was kindness over bravery. Not everyone in Slytherin was a scumbag. Harry was fed this prejudice from the beginning because of all the dark witches and wizards that came out of that house. Not to mention Draco and his crow. Guess who else came from there? Snape. And he was one of the bravest characters in the whole series. And why was he in Slytherin? Because of his ambition to prove himself. He had grown up abused, and he frankly wanted to prove himself to Lily and to everyone else that he wasn't like his family. Now, do not scoff the houses. They tell us which each person believes, which I honestly think is more important than what they are. Dumbledore said it himself. There's this distinction with people. You choose who you want to be. We understand people the best by seeing what they choose, so let's never forget that moment in the very beginning of the series when Harry puts on the hat, and it tells him he would do well in Slytherin, but he valued bravery more.
Difficult, very difficult. Plenty of courage, I see. Not a bad mind either. There's talent, oh yes, and a thirst to prove yourself. But where to put you?
Not Slytherin. Not Slytherin.
Not Slytherin, eh? Are you sure? You could be great, you know. It's all here in your head. And Slytherin will help you on the way to greatness. There's no doubt about that. No? Well, if you're sure, better be Gryffindor!
So, I hope that you enjoyed my thoughts, and I know they're a bit rambly, but I just wanted to get them out. There you go, have them. And I hope you will leave this adventure and find your own. Bye!